Good morning. I packed everything up. Everything's wet. It rained all night. But I've got some sunshine. It's not supposed to stay sunny. It's not supposed to stay sunny all day, so I'm going to take advantage of this while I've got it. Get everything loaded up and cycle as much as I can. Today is going to be one of the hardest days for me because I am entering the mountains. I wanted to do flat land so I could get some training, train my legs, train my lungs. I also slept like shit last night because, as you can hear, the Japanese radio played all night long over the intercom. So I'm gonna make it as far as I can. The route I'm choosing has some stops. I intentionally chose this route in case I get to the point where I don't want to do it anymore, or I just need a break. I can get an accommodation or campground, hotel maybe. With this rain, I'll probably get a hotel. So I'm gonna finish packing up and make our way to 7-Eleven for breakfast. See you soon. All right, on our way out of here. I'm locked in here. I'm locked in. I'm gonna go see if there's another exit. Gate was unlocked. Good morning from the side of 7-Eleven. Oh man, I could tell you that if you want to feel homeless, travel on a bicycle. There's nowhere to sit. It's a pain to put it all on my bike while it's freshly heated up and trying to ride and find a place. I'm sure there's a nice park or something, but for the sake of keeping it moving, this is what I do. But today we've got an omelet with rice and a 7-Eleven latte. Cheers. Part of Japan that most travelers don't see. So when people make comments about how expensive Japan is, or this about Japan, or that about Japan, usually they're in Kyoto, Tokyo, Osaka. But this is the rural area between Sapporo and Furano. Oh, the camera's right in my face. Here, have a look. Just regular, ordinary homes with overgrown wildflowers for the wildlife. Almost crashed. Old farmhouse right there, the wood stacked against it. Look at the mountains in the background. Stunning. And for those dwelling in apartments, actually these look uninhabited from my perspective. But this is where you could come and buy a building if you wanted to. I've reached the halfway point, and the second half is the hard part because that's where the mountains get more elevation gain. But I'm gonna chill in this cafe, charge my battery bank. I found a taco. Look at that. Came with some pasta salad and some pickles. I'm pretty happy about that. See you soon. All right, I gotta say that taco and coffee, well, the taco specifically was surprisingly good for Japan because I live San Diego, close to Mexico. I feel like I know a good taco when I have one. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of this place, but there's the sign. There's the logo. If you are passing through this area on your way to Toronto, I suggest this place. All right, see you later. Let's get on the road. Second half. The beautiful bridge. Hope I got in that shot. All right, I flew past this bridge and then I turned my head for a second and saw something that I gotta come back for. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. A lot of abandoned houses in this area, which I did hear that you could buy some of these very cheap. There's probably a website for all these. The older generation died off and the younger generation went to the city, so a lot of vacant houses in Japan. Stunning. I know the action camera doesn't get it all. Oh, look at that road. Look at that road. I'm gonna set you down so I don't. Oh, here we go. One of the few downhills. Oh, and it's nice. But I gotta go back up. I'm in the wrong gear. And none of my shifters are working while I'm trying to film. Oh.
I might have to give up on filming. Alright, that was fun. I'll tell you, the intensity of a car passing in the tunnel is very loud. Oh, that's a first. Feels like trains coming through. Oh, it's very loud. The other side of the tunnel, and it is lightly raining. Yeah, I made it pretty far without the rain. Unfortunately, I'm kind of in the middle point where there's nowhere for me to go other than ride in the rain. Whew. All right, let's push. Oh, looks like a lake over here too. Okay, I'm still on the other side of this tunnel. I've got about 20 kilometers to go up and down. I don't know how long this is going to take me. My legs are not the strongest when it comes to climbing. I've had to walk the bike a few times. But I gotta say I'm grateful because most of the ride today has not been rain. It's just this last bit. It's starting to come in right now. And I'm trying to make it to a hostel, and if I do, who cares? You know, I'll drop everything and strip down and do laundry. I'd rather be wet in a hostel than wet in a tent, which is what I did last night. So we will see how far I make it. Made a friend. All right, cycling peeps, check in. Oh man, I think today is gonna be around 70K, which for me is my longest, absolutely longest day of doing this. And I'm on the last 3.3, but since the last 8K, I am walking my bike constantly on like mediocre hills. You see that hill in front of me. I'm barely on a hill now, but I just am worn out. My shirt is soaked, this time sweat. I have a lot of curse words in my mind about cycling and how much I love motorcycling. I'm really giving this a try, but man, it is kicking my ass. And hats off to you guys that do this around the world. Granted, I'm only 4 days in, so maybe my body's just not trained up, but I'm not having fun right now. 3.3 miles, sorry, 3.3 kilometers, and there should be a hostel open, I hope. All right, I'll check in with you soon, hopefully at the hostel. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. The rain has picked up. 5 minutes. All right, I made it to a hostel. Indoor parking. My bike is leaking water all over the floor. And in Japan, they're pretty meticulous about this. So I've got a towel, wiping it all down. This is good growth for me because normally I despise hostels, but hotels are very expensive here. And I don't want to sleep in my tent in the rain tonight. So I booked 2 nights. But let me get this done. I'll get to the room, have a shower, and check in with you again before the end of the night. This is literally honeydew melon. Actually, maybe cantaloupe. Float. Soda, carbonated. Do recommend. Alright, that's it. I am done for the night. I just had some chicken wings, some burger, fries, and a cantaloupe soda float. Well deserved after this day. So, all right, signing off. Good night. See you later.